welcome to Canalside. And today is the second installment of the Canalside food fight. We have 5 different Buffalo food trucks competing this evening. Each truck is going to be a panel of local celebrity judges on 3 different categories. Second presentation, and the third, the use of inspiration. And tonight's inspiration is Buffalo architecture. Now the first truck tonight is the whole hog. And sorry, the mic keeps cutting out a little bit. But can we get a round of applause for the whole hog tonight? All right, so what's your name, my friend?
My name is
Brendan Haggerty. And what did you prepare for us?
All right, so given the inspiration, which was Buffalo architecture, my thoughts immediately went to both old and new, because Buffalo is an old city with a lot of inspired architecture in the beginning of the century, and we're also a town that's experiencing a bit of revitalization. So, keeping with that, we thought specifically of the Hotel Lafayette. The Hotel Lafayette, built in the early turn of the century. We looked at some old menus and we saw steak quite a bit. So, what I prepared for you today was a petite New York strip steak, locally sourced from Stanfest Farms, and we've seared that and served it with a smoked cherry tomato butter, and we served it over a puree of local cranberry beans, which you'll most often find in your pasta fazool, but you can get them fresh this time of year. And a few fresh beans scattered around, and also garnished the plate with some sauteed cherry tomatoes, a cucumber salsa, and a whipped goat cheese. So hopefully, texturally and flavorfully, it's come together as one dish. And keeping with the new in Buffalo, we've chosen to source a lot of our produce from the Massachusetts Avenue Project, which is an urban farm that takes advantage of urban lands that are not being utilized quite as well as they ought to be, by growing some awesome veggies like cucumbers and cherry tomatoes, and for our dish today. So thank you and enjoy.
Much. One more round of applause for the whole hog. That dish looks fantastic.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to cruise right down here. I'm going to talk to Mitch Simon. Mitch, how do you feel about the dish?
Different. It's unique. It's I like it. A lot of texture.
Mitch says he really likes the dish because it mixes up the old and new. I personally really like how you use the steak from the old menus. I think that was very, very thoughtful. We have Rick O'Gorick here, who is a ex-commissioner of building inspections for the city of Buffalo. Rick, what do you think?
It's sort of a nice blend of everything's to balance together. And I like the fact that the old and new, that the steak element is like more traditionalized on top of that.
So Rick says it's a very traditional dish, just like that of the Hotel Lafayette. BuffaloEats.org.
I think the steak cooked perfectly. Really impressive for a food truck, just to have that level of execution. You can tell that all the ingredients are high quality and local. I mean, everything tastes very fresh and a really great bite to it. Really impressive for a food truck. I mean that in a good way.
All right, what do you think? Do we move on to the next truck? All right, the next truck up is the Tie Me Up food truck. My man Kim is going to come down here. All right, so this is my friend Kim of the Tie Me Up food truck. And Kim, what did you prepare for us today?
We have Asian red pork on a steam bun with a oyster sauce. Special marinated in hoisin sauce with Asian slaw with sesame seed.
How does it relate to the inspiration this evening?
Well, it's really hard to find the really architects about Asian around here. So I thought of Japanese garden, and my first thought would do that, something different, but this is the only thing I can come up with.
You're doing all right.
Can we get a round of applause for the Time Up food truck? All right, let's check in with some of the judges. This is Matt Carlucci, founder of the Buffalo Soup Fest. Matt, what do you think? Yeah, Buffalo Soup Fest, everybody. All right, Matt, what do you think?
See, I'm a sucker for any kind of Asian cuisine, so I guess I'm a little biased in this regard. But having all the fresh snaps on the vegetables, and I love these little steam buns. I've always loved these. They kind of remind me of white bread, but way better. And the slaw is just so really refreshing. And it's a really good cleanse. Palate cleanser for each bite.
I'm gonna move down here to one of my very good friends, Donnie Arthur. He's a local tattoo artist, also very, very seasoned traveler. Donnie, what do you think?
This is excellent. I really dig it. It's a great presentation. I like the idea of kind of tying it in with all the fresh vegetables and colors like the Japanese gardens idea. That's really cool. And I think it's great that it is kind of a traditional Asian dish. However, it kind of has that food truck almost picnic harbor feel with with having it on the bun like that. Very good.
I'm gonna go back to Mitch over here. Mitch, what do you think?
First, I didn't get the Japanese garden, inspiration until I tasted it. The freshness, everything's just right. Kind of like when you go there, So I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. Your personal take on it. So it tastes good.
Thank you, Mitch. All right, can we get a round of applause for the Roaming Buffalo? One of my personal favorite Buffalo food trucks. I believe we have Chris here from the Roaming Buffalo food truck. Chris, what did you prepare for us tonight?
I used my inspiration, the Trico buildings. I made a trio of pork. What you have in front of you is pork belly with pork jaw on top. Pork jaw is this cheek of a pig, and on the side, as a chip, you have fresh made pork skins, pork rinds. That's all on a brioche roll from Costanzo's, a little red leaf, lettuce, red onion, normal tomatoes, and some homemade barbecue sauce.
All right, let's check in with some of the judges.
He was starving.
Going over here to Rick O'Gorick.
No, middle tattoo artist.
Rick, what do you think, my friend?
The taste was really surprising. I just would never describe this kind of this is really
Now, one of the most popular comments of the day has been that most of our judges don't even believe that half the food that they've tasted today has actually come from a food truck. But one thing that we have learned today is to never doubt the chefs within our local food trucks. Not only are they using local product and supporting not-for-profit organizations, but they are also creating wonderful and very, very accurate and what I'm trying to say is that they really relate to the inspiration tonight very well. I really like what they're doing. And Rick says he's thinking about the Gold Dome downtown with the local Costanzo roll. Matt, you have anything to say?
My wife too, Margaret, give me some pork chop.
Rick, you got something to say? Are these pork skins available at the truck? He could. Just ask for him.
Might have to. It's Team Meadow pork, so it's the best pork on the face of the planet.
Best pork on the face of the planet. Only available at the Roaming Buffalo food truck. All right, here they come. Can we get a round of applause for the Night Slider?
Yeah, it's perfect.
No, we actually got two. Wow. That works perfect. We'll share.
All right, the next truck competing this evening is the Night Slider. And here we have Mike from the Night Slider. And Mike, what did you prepare for all of the judges this evening?
So we tried to replicate the Gold Dome building down in Buffalo. It is located on Main and Chippewa, one Valley Plaza. So what you see there is Goldie on top, which just replicates the gold on top of the building. And it's kind of a neoclassical French architecture. So what we decided to do is have a little foie gras on there. With our regular beef patty, top with foie gras. And then we also have some caviar, just to kind of kick it up a little bit. That's for you, Mike. And then we also have it on Himalayan sea slat, which is sea salt from the Himalayas. And it has a nice pork shallot spread on there for you.
It's kind of funny that, you know, the last dish, Rick over here mentioned that the gold bun really, you know, reflected the Golden Dome downtown.
This is the real deal.
And this is the real deal. Anybody take a nice big bite yet? All right, we're gonna move over to Donnie Arthur. Donnie, tell us about the Night Sliders.
You know, I'm a big fan of you know, just kind of unique takes on classic items like the slider, and I think this is outstanding. Tying in that classic French cuisine and just that kind of fruit flavor and the dressing, and it's outstanding. This is great. I'm so impressed with the creativity and, you know, tying everything in with you know, it's really difficult to address. And everything's great.
Moving over here to Donnie Bertless. Donnie, what do you think, my man?
When I was walking around earlier, I saw this on the menu, and it was crossing my fingers that it was going to be being served. It's I mean, it's decadent in every way possible. I mean, the foie gras cooked very nicely; it just melts right when you eat it. And the caviar gives it a nice little brine offset. It's really good. It's very good.
We're gonna let the judges get a couple more bites of that before we move on. Let's check in with Matt Carlucci. See how he feels about this.
I just got foie gras and caviar from a food truck. I'm not going to swear, but I want to. It's just, that's awesome. Mike, I give you a lot of credit for doing that. I don't know how much your food costs are going up for your truck by serving 5 of these, but thank you very much. As Donnie said, decadent is a very good word.
All right, we have one final truck left. And it is the Cheesy Chick. And I believe it's coming right down right now. Can we get a round of applause for the Cheesy Chick? It appears as if they made a buffalo chicken pita sandwich. And the write-up says, our buffalo chicken pita sandwich was inspired by the architecture that was used by Frank Lloyd Wright when he designed the Larkin Building in Buffalo, New York. This is one of our favorite buildings thanks to Food Truck Tuesdays. Shout out Harry Zemsky. Wright used the lily pad throughout the original building and in other buildings that he designed. Our pocket bread, baked by our own uncle, right here in Buffalo, resembles a lily pad. And the goodness inside is very traditional. Buffalo, oh I'm sorry, interesting font. Very traditional Buffalo style wing taste. Chicken strips, blue cheese, mozzarella cheese, hot sauce, and just the right amount of chili sauce to make it just the right amount of zing. And it is a winner every time. All right, again, this is the Buffalo Chicken Pita Sandwich. It is partnered with a traditional macaroni and cheese by the Cheesy Chick food truck. We'll give the judges a minute or so to indulge. All right, Mitch, Simon, moving on down. What do you think?
Well, it definitely was very Buffalonian, you know, hot sauce, blue cheese, and you can't go wrong. I feel like a broken record saying that again. This came on the food truck, but then you think about it, I mean, the chefs in the caliber doesn't know what they're cooking. It's gonna be good. So, good stuff.
Rick O'Cork says that there's a very residual burn, but it's subtle, very tolerable, yet amazing. Let's check in with Donnie Burtless on here.
Yeah, I like the inspiration. It's a little something different that I never really thought about. Definitely a good ratio of blue cheese to hot sauce. It's definitely giving me a little bit of a burn on the lips, but it's still very good.
Donnie Arthur, what do you think, my man?
You know, I've said all the time, I was born and raised in Buffalo, and I just love Buffalo flavor. Buffalo style anything is great, and I'm really digging the mac and cheese. It's you know, it's very traditional, but it almost has a sweet flavor to it. And it kind of helps to balance my palate. It's putting down the burn a little bit from hot sauce. It's really good.
Rick's got a mouthful, but he also says that the mac and cheese is very smooth. And Matt Carlucci, what do you think?
I love anything Buffalo style. I love that you did a little of the sort of the Frank's Red Hot, plus the what's the word I'm looking for? The chili sauce too. The spiciness is perfect. It's so many people overpower it or put butter in it or whatever. The spiciness is actually perfect. And I mean, I may be overanalyzing a pita sandwich, but if you tasted it, you'd understand why. It's really, really, really well done. Thank you.
Great, well that was our last competing food truck. So we're gonna give the judges a few minutes to wrap up and do all their grading. And the grading was done tonight. I'm gonna touch on this again in 3 different categories. The first being taste, the second presentation, and the third was the use of the inspiration. Each category is going to be judged on a scale from 1 to 10, and if you check back in about 10-15 minutes, we're going to have all the tallies up, and we will be announcing the winners for the second installment of the Canalside Food Fight. And can we get one more round of applause for all of the competing food trucks tonight? The judges had a very tough time deciding who actually is going to win the food fight tonight. And like I said, there were 3 different categories, all judged on a scale from 1 to 10. And we are giving awards to the top 3 food trucks this evening out of 5. And in 3rd place is the Roaming Buffalo. And we have a plaque right here for you. In 2nd place this evening, the Night Slider. And last but not least, the reigning champ, the Whole Hog. Congratulations.